The Velvets were considered too extreme at the time ever to achieve commercial success, and one by one the members of the band went separate ways. However, a young film student had seen them in San Francisco and was inspired to start writing songs himself back in Los Angeles with his band, The Doors.
I'm a spy in the house of love. I know the dream that you're dreaming of.
Although Jim Morrison lived in the heart of Los Angeles, in the hippie community of Laurel Canyon, he was never really part of the Love generation. Unlike the Velvet Underground, The Doors would become very successful as they explored similar themes of confrontation and sexuality.
Name? Robbie Krieger. Name?
John Densmore.
Name?
Raymond Daniel Manzarek.
Name? Jim. Occupation.
Break on through to the other side. Break on through to the other side. Break on through to the other side, yeah.
For Break On Through, their first single released in 1967, The Doors used their filmmaking skills to shoot their own promotional movie.
This is the campus at UCLA. This is where I first met Jim Morrison. We were film students in 62 to 64. The idea of making a film is a dramatic structure, and I think the fact that Jim went to the film school, I went to the film school at UCLA, carried over into our music. It gave us a sense of drama.
Come on, turn the lights on. Turn them way down.
The end, obviously, is a song that works through a great deal of dramatic peaks and valleys, if you will. It starts off very softly, and it's basically it's a love song at the beginning. This is the end. It's a goodbye song. It's Jim singing goodbye to a girl.
This is the end, beautiful friend. This is the end, my only friend, the end.
Then the music begins to build and build in intensity, and there becomes a whirling dervish part. The tempo of the song increases. Now this is the dramatic structure again of a film, increasing in structure, increasing in editing, increasing in intensity with which the Doors are playing.
This was the genesis of the stage, rock stage, as a dramatic event. Before that, you had your stage lights, a follow spot, people got up there, performed their material, sometimes waved their arms a little bit, but there was no drama. The Doors brought drama.
In the 60s, at the time, there was an interesting sort of theatrical style. It had come out of the theater of the absurd, which was a very funny, humorous, theatrical movement in the 50s, and had turned into a kind of a confrontational theater. And Morrison picked up a great deal of his way of confronting the audience from Julian Beck and the Living Theater.
If one can make the spectator really feel some pain objectively in a public ceremony, it may open the door to further feeling. That may be the route through which we can again find our feelings.
Morrison took Julian Beck's message to heart and created his persona of the threatening Lizard King, prepared to do anything to provoke an audience out of what he saw as its apathy.
When the music's over, turn up the light, turn up the light, turn up the light.
It had gotten to the point where Jim realized that he had an enormous power. Not just the power to move people emotionally, but to move them politically. And not so much in the politic of the time. That's not what he was interested in. He was more interested in the politic of the insane.
All right for you, baby.
He started playing with that on stage to see, what can I do to this audience? Can I whip it to hysteria? Can I whip it to insanity? Can I activate the madness of crowds to my ends? And he got pretty good at it.
You're all a bunch of idiots!
Interestingly, that Jim had gone to 6 performances in a row of Julian Beck's Living Theater in Los Angeles about a week or two before the Miami concert took place. And they had taken their clothes off on stage. I'm not allowed to walk naked, etc., 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 all kinds of things. Jim was going to do the same thing in Miami.
Come up here and love my ass. Come on. Yeah. I love you.
As president of the Greater Miami Crime Commission, I'm calling upon the Dade County Grand Jury and the State Attorney's Office to immediately take criminal action against those that were responsible for the deplorable condition and situation when the group known as the Doors attempted to precipitate a riot.
We have taken out 2 warrants for Jim Morrison. One of them is for indecent exposure.
In the trial, there are 250 photographs entered, a stack of photographs this high at the trial. Photos of everything that was going on at the concert. Not one photo of the ivory shaft appeared. So I doubt if it happened, but I think it was a mass hallucination. I think it was something like the Vision of Lourdes or something like that is what happened in Miami.
The Miami concert would mark the effective end of the Doors' career as a live band. Morrison had started to live out his rock god persona, dangerously close to the edge. He died mysteriously in a hotel in Paris in 1971.